Oh, my New Year's resolutions? To pet more dogs and to move off the couch at least once a week. Gotta start small. Completed New Year's resolutions are sort of like mystical unicorns. No one has ever seen them in nature before, and while they're probably very shiny and beautiful in theory, if you got close enough, you'd probably find that they're mildly disappointing, if even a little dangerous. While there are plenty of harmless New Year's resolutions, there's a very toxic one that I think majority of people seek to fulfill: losing weight. A low BMI is often associated with not only being healthy, but being beautiful. The truth is that being healthy involves a lot of factors. What nutrients you're putting in your body, how much exercise you're getting, your treatment plan for pre-existing conditions, etc. I think when we picture healthy, we imagine expensive organic meals accompanied by pictures of happy vegan couples riding their vintage bikes every morning. But health is not that simple. Health is a personal choice. Being healthy means something different to everyone. People who aren't skinny can be healthy, just as people who are skinny can be unhealthy. I mean, how long you live is determined by a number of factors. While chain smoking and doing reckless activity certainly isn't going to extend your lifespan, there are people who eat 5,000 calories a day and live to be 90. Even people who never even so much as touched a gym. Judging people for what they eat and how much they exercise is just a sneaky way of fat shaming. I mean, on the flip side, in literature and media, we often romanticize drinking and smoking. Someone who drinks and smokes is just a tortured soul. Someone who drinks or smokes is just an artist trying to find a new stroke of inspiration. While I don't want this to be a space of judgment, I do want it to be a space of observation. And right now, what I'm observing is some straight up hypocrisy. There are many reasons people choose a Big Mac over a salad. Maybe it's a cost issue. Maybe they just prefer beef to cabbage. Either way, it's ridiculous to infringe on someone's personal choices about food when you won't even bat an eyelash at other unhealthy habits like drinking and smoking. And personally, I've learned that I'd rather be happy than forcing myself to be a size 6. I was never the skinny friend. I remember a couple times in my life being told by doctors that I needed to lose weight. At my junior prom, I was 200 pounds, and that summer when I was looking back on the photos, I felt disgusted. I thought I looked gross and repulsive. I thought all of my skinny friends outshined me, and I was embarrassed to even be in the same picture as them. From that moment on, I wanted to make a change for my senior year to be the skinny friend that my friends, but never I, had gotten the chance to be. I started eating 300 calories a day. Banana, spinach, yogurt, and pineapple. I avoided meat and wheat at all costs. Then on Saturdays, I would let myself eat whatever I wanted. Eventually, I didn't even have the appetite to get through a cheeseburger, let alone an entire meal. I started staying home from school because I didn't even have the energy to go. And when I stood up, I felt dizzy and needed to lie down. My friends started commenting about if I was eating. My triple D chest went down to a C cup. I went from a size 18 to a size 6. By Valentine's Day, I was 135 pounds. I had been that weight for a couple months, and I was really upset because I just couldn't get any more weight off. For 5 months, I wouldn't have a period. My pre-existing anxiety and depression worsened. I almost didn't get to graduate because of my eating disorder. And the worst part, I didn't even recognize that I had an eating disorder. Diet culture is something very strongly ingrained in our country. The idea that we need to lose weight and that there's always a magic product to do the job. The idea that we're all meant to be a size 4. The idea that our weight says something about our worth as a person. This diet culture is what took me to one of my lowest and most unhealthy points. It stripped me of my confidence and brainwashed me into believing that I was meant to be anything but who I already was. Looking back on my eating disorder now, I do realize I had one. Or should I say, still have one. It's not something you get over in a day. Diet culture is still something strongly implanted in my mind, and it's still a daily struggle trying to convince myself I'm beautiful no matter my size. But there has been some progress. Looking back on those pictures of me at my junior prom, there is still a small part of me that cringes and feels embarrassed. But there is a much bigger part of me that looks back and feels so proud of myself because I was so happy. I was happy with who I was friends with, and where I was going in life. At that time, I felt so beautiful in that dress, and I didn't even think about if people were giving me judgmental looks. I didn't worry about if anyone would fall in love with me because of my size. I considered myself a prize and was very confident in my looks. And I know it's not my fault that I now struggle with confidence in my body. And I hope one day I can overcome my body issues. But I wanted to make this video because it's so important that in this coming year that you understand that your body is not a symbol of your status or worth as a person. You are so beautiful, and if someone doesn't want to be friends with you or judges you because of that, they're the ones who are disgusting and should feel ashamed, not you. Diet culture can take so much away from us. And I think instead of resolutions to diet and lose weight, there are more self-empowering ones we can come up with instead. I've made myself a personal list, but feel free to comment or message me any ones you may have of your own. I resolve to treat myself. When I'm stressed or in need of an escape, I promise not to feel guilty about indulging in things or taking a break. I'll eat the damn piece of cake if I want to. I'll throw 10 Lush bombs in the bath if it makes me feel good, and eat the cake if I want to. Food is made to sustain our body and also be a source of pleasure, not to induce stress and anxiety. Not let health cost my happiness. On the rare occasion I get an exercise kick, I'm not going to torture myself for 3 hours doing something I hate. I'm not going to overwork my muscles hoping I get a six-pack overnight. Exercise is supposed to release endorphins and boost your mood, not make you feel sluggish and hopeless. You're more likely to keep up with exercise anyways if you enjoy the activity you're doing. If I want a cheeseburger over a salad, I'm gonna eat the cheeseburger. As a wise philosopher once said, you only live once. And if I do live again, fuck it, I'm still picking cheeseburgers. Find new things to love about my body. We all have things we regard as embarrassing. Moles, freckles, stretch marks, cellulite, rolls. And even though they're nothing to be ashamed of, it's still hard to believe that when we live in a world that constantly makes us feel guilty for having them. Remember that body positivity takes time. It's a movement that will hopefully be more widespread in the future. If it takes you 3 years or 3 decades to accept those marks and scars, I'm still proud of you. I know how long and hard this will be, but if you take it year by year, month by month, week by week, day by day, all those little moments of confidence and steps will pay off. You, my friend, are a treasure. Don't forget that. I hope you all have a very happy new year, and I'll see you in 2015 with more Filminism.